We're standing at the edge of a major shift in artificial intelligence. Not just a technical shift, but a cognitive one. The AI we've known for years, trained to predict words and generate text, is transforming into something far more powerful. NVIDIA CEO Jensen calls this the beginning of the reasoning AI era. And this change is going to reshape everything from computing to robotics, medicine, and even how we think about intelligence itself. The old generation of AI models simply responded. You typed a prompt, they generated a reply. Fast, efficient, and often impressive. But now, we're entering a stage where models are no longer just reacting, they're thinking. They reflect, analyze, break down problems step by step, and reason internally before choosing the best answer to give you. This change doesn't just make responses smarter, it fundamentally raises the bar for what we expect from machines. And that shift, according to Jensen, requires an entirely new level of infrastructure. A level of computing power that's 100 times greater than what was needed even a year ago. That's where NVIDIA comes in. They're not just keeping up with this new demand, they're leading it. During a recent discussion, Huang explained how reasoning AI models like GPT-4, Grok 3, and DeepSeek are now demanding record-breaking amounts of computation. Each model requires vast data centers and hardware built specifically to support this new type of AI. NVIDIA's latest Blackwell chips, for instance, are designed exactly for this. And the demand? It's overwhelming. Amazon reportedly told Huang that if they had more NVIDIA hardware, they could sell even more AI services immediately. That's not theoretical. That's happening right now. Let's break it down. The development of AI happens in 3 broad stages. The first is pre-training, where models absorb a huge amount of information. Books, websites, code, and more. This is like teaching the AI general knowledge, similar to how a student goes through high school. Then comes post-training, where the real transformation begins. In this stage, the model gets refined using human feedback, reinforcement learning, and synthetic data. It learns how to think, how to reflect, how to solve problems. Most of the innovation today is happening at this second step. Finally, there's inference, the part where you interact with the model. Previously, inference was light work. But with reasoning AI, even this step now requires immense computational power. The AI doesn't just generate a quick response. It pauses, analyzes, maybe creates multiple internal answers, and selects the best one before responding. It's similar to how humans think things through before speaking. That's a giant leap in complexity and cost. Companies like OpenAI, Meta, Microsoft, and Google are investing tens of billions into this shift. Meta alone is spending $9 billion this year to expand its AI infrastructure. Microsoft is putting over $50 billion into global data center growth. Why? Because the future of their services, their products, and even their survival depends on how fast they can scale reasoning AI. And to do that, they need NVIDIA. But this isn't just about responding to market needs. It's also about predicting what's coming next. Jensen didn't wait for reasoning AI to explode. He anticipated it. That's why NVIDIA's hardware, from the DGX training computers to Omniverse simulation platforms and robotics chips, is already optimized for this future. And it doesn't stop with chatbots or search engines. Entire industries are transforming. Take agentic AI, for example, AIs that can act autonomously. These aren't just passive tools waiting for input. They're digital workers, software engineers, marketers, assistants. They operate like employees. They can read documents, make decisions, complete tasks, and even manage other AIs. This is already being tested and adopted across many sectors. Then there's physical AI. These are models that understand the laws of the real world. Gravity, motion, cause and effect. They can predict how objects will move, how to interact with physical spaces, and how to navigate complex environments. This kind of AI powers self-driving cars, humanoid robots, and industrial automation. And all of it builds on the same foundation: reasoning. The shift from general-purpose computing to specialized AI computing is happening fast. Last year, data center capital expenditures were already massive. This year, they're even larger. But more importantly, the spending is moving away from traditional infrastructure and into AI-specific builds. These new facilities, what Huang calls AI factories, are designed to convert electricity into intelligence. That's the business model now. Power goes in, intelligence comes out. This also explains why some companies are pulling out of older data center leases. It's not that demand is dropping, it's just shifting. They're no longer building for legacy computing. They're rebuilding everything for AI, and specifically, for NVIDIA's hardware. And while US export restrictions have slowed down shipments of advanced chips to China, Huang made it clear that the chips being exported are now 20 to 60 times less powerful than what NVIDIA is building for the US market. That performance gap is growing wider every single day. NVIDIA is not just staying ahead, they're accelerating so fast that regulated chips are becoming obsolete before they even ship. What makes this transformation even more profound is how universal AI adoption has become. Hospitals, automakers, streaming services, search engines, everyone is jumping in. Even industries once considered slow to adopt new tech are now racing. The reason? They don't want to be left behind in what's quickly becoming the next industrial revolution. The recent release of DeepSeek's open-source reasoning models added more fuel to this fire. These models don't just perform, they scale. The more compute they get, the better they perform. This changes the old assumption that models would become more efficient over time. In fact, the opposite is happening. Smarter AI needs more, not less. This is a game changer for companies like NVIDIA. And here's the impact in numbers. NVIDIA just had a record-breaking quarter. Every major frontier AI model, whether it's from OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, or others, runs on NVIDIA chips. Sam Altman even said GPT 4.5 had a magic he hadn't seen before. That magic? It runs on NVIDIA. But even beyond the chips and performance benchmarks, it's NVIDIA's vision that sets it apart. Huang sees AI not just as a tool, but as a new form of infrastructure. One that can help solve real-world problems. Whether it's drug discovery, new energy materials, manufacturing, or scientific research, AI is going to fill in the gaps left by declining workforces and rising global demands. And when asked if AI could ever run without NVIDIA, Huang simply said, "Whatever comes next, we'll build it." That confidence isn't arrogance, it's backed by results, leadership, and a deep understanding of where the world is heading. The reasoning AI era is no longer just a concept. It's here. It's running on NVIDIA. And it's changing everything. Whether you're watching this from a data center, a research lab, or your own laptop, know this. Every time you ask an AI a question and it takes a moment to think, reflect, and answer, you're witnessing the future in real time. And behind that future, at the heart of every calculation and reflection, sits NVIDIA. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more deep dives into the AI revolution, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Thanks for watching.